what's good? What's good? This music is too high. Hold on. What's good, everybody? Hold on. This is not the screen that I should be on. Should be on this one. Well, let me fix my camera. I think that's it. Oh, God. A lot of things behind me. Why is this so? Hold on. Oh, it's because, hold on. Let me fix this light. So, it's not that orange now. All right. What's good, everybody? What's good? I shouldn't be on this because I'm not really going to start yet. So most likely I'm going to be on the starting screen or just testing something. Oh, welcome in, welcome. We are going to start in the next 10 minutes. I think I feel like watching some Minecraft videos. More specifically, there's this video that's been going around about I think it's a civilization type deal. I've seen it around, but I feel that I should watch it with my stream today. So I'd say why not? So maybe I'll actually even use this as a YouTube video as well. Who knows? Because I'm actually live on YouTube as well. If you want to go over there and subscribe, you can go ahead. So I'm live both on YouTube and Twitch. What's up, Rocco Miami? Welcome to the live. Um, Today we're going to be watching a YouTube video, more specifically the one that has to do with civilizations, rich and poor. If you know a bit, let me know. I feel like I want to watch that with you guys before I get into the gaming and stuff. This is the video right here. No, I'm going to play it. Do you guys know this video right here? Hold on. I'm going to fix it. Hold on. That's the video, but I'm going to play it on my laptop because I can do it that way. So hold on. I'm going to switch scenes so I can make it an easier way to do it. Which is this one here. So I'm doing this one so it makes it easier to go on YouTube as well. All right, it's still here, so I can watch it from here. We won't have any kind of speaker issues if I do it that way.
At least as best as they can, because while one island is a rich green paradise, the other one.
All right, so cool. I'm going to do it that way, and I'm going to pull up the chat so that I can be able to
It's
see
up
your
to
guys'
each
reaction
player
to
to
it as
work
well.
with what they've got. Will there be peace between the islands, or will there be war?
Let me pause it before we get to that. Make this big screen. Pulling up Twitch chat real quick. All right, so I have it here now. All right, so I'm going to start reacting to it now. Just want to ensure that I have everything is ready. I keep seeing that the camera is still pausing. All right, there it is. Camera is there. All right, so all right, we're going to start this now. It's a 2 hours and 34 minutes long video. So buckle up. It's going to be a long reaction. If you need any snacks, you can go ahead and get it before I start. I'll wait for you guys.
What ended up happening is the single most amazing story arc I've ever seen. All I will say is pick a nation to root for and enjoy the video. I present to you the Rich and Poor 1,000 player civilization experiment. Don't forget, if you want to participate in these videos, join my Discord server and of course, subscribe to my
Thank you for
channel.
the follow.
All right, we got 1,000. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you for the follow.
It was the beginning of day
Also, there will
one,
be a
and
lot
all
of pausing in this
1,000
video,
players began
because
to
this is most
explore their
likely
new
already
home. Before the first day, I had made everyone
I
choose
need an
randomly
editor
between
still.
Island 1 and Island 2. And I didn't tell them that one of the islands, the first one, would be a barren wasteland. Hey, you guys
I need
having
a good
time?
team right now.
No. There's nothing here. Please tell me where the trees are,
These
bro. I
videos are
cannot
going to
find
be
anything.
It didn't take long for the
sometimes.
people who chose Island 1 to
Need an
realize they
editor.
had made a massive
I
mistake.
might be doing some
I hate this place. I hate this
mod
place.
hunting as well.
Players
to
realized
moderate
that building
chat.
civilizations on
So
Island
look
1
out
would
for
be
that.
particularly challenging. And not only because it was empty, but because some parts of it were completely uninhabitable, like the snow biome.
I don't think you can hear me though. I'm going to. The mic is going to be up. You can turn up the mic.
Oh no! No! And right next door, a massive volcano that could erupt
going
at
good,
any
you know?
moment.
I just feel
not
like
going out
coming
there.
on live here.
This
Going to
volcano
be
also
playing
happens to heat up
some
all the
Fortnite
water
later.
on the island.
I have it. I actually have it up on
This
a different
killed a
scene, so
lot
I might
of
go on to
people.
that. We're just watching this for now.
Now, to begin building civilizations, the players
And
needed
this
to
is
find a
this
tree.
might be
Please tell me
something
where
that I
the
might be
trees are,
going into.
Wood is an
on
essential
Minecraft.
material, and without it,
Might-
you
there
really
might- there
can't
might
do
be a
anything.
Minecraft stream
Now,
coming
luckily for
soon.
Island 1, there was one tree on the island, and it was pretty big too. But, of course, it was completely surrounded by boiling water.
You've got to be kidding me.
Meanwhile, let's go over to
It's going
Island
good.
2.
So, all right, guys, chat. Be honest. Which side would you root for? Would you root for the rich side or the poor side? Because, in my opinion, I would go for the poorer side because you would have to be fighting more. You build more bonds that way. You know, there's this thing about struggling, or what do they call it? Struggling builds character, right? So, or the more hardship you face, the more wiser you become. So you won't make any mistakes in the future. So the best side to pick for, in my opinion, is going with the poor side. So, which side would you go for? Rich side? Which one is the more easier side, or the poorer side? Where you have more hardship, but you can build up over time.
Hey guys! Life on Island 2 was beautiful. The terrain was green, the trees were plentiful, and the water was normal temperature.
Open for business.
Selling water? This is from the ocean? Are you trying to make me drink ocean water?
No.
The people on
I'm
Island
from
2
Jamaica.
immediately realized they had
Yeah,
chosen
but
the
have you
island
heard
of
of that country
safety
before?
and wealth. You are literally a
Small
piece of
island
gold.
of Jamaica.
Yeah.
Below
The only real
Cuba.
danger on Island 2 was the possibility of falling down from a tree as you're collecting wood. But some people found a way to even work around that. So you're planning to build a bakery,
Yes, I am.
and you're forcing your employees to go up and get oak.
Oh, no.
She forcing you to work up here.
Hey, no, it's double carrots, triple carrots.
I don't want
say
carrots.
anything.
I want fair working conditions.
Also, because of the vast amounts of trees, people were very quickly able to craft tools that allowed them to mine underground. Hello, Saps, you doing okay?
Yeah, I mean, this island's great.
So many diamonds already.
Yeah,
Wow.
look at this. Yeah, I'm loaded.
Overall, the people of Island 2 were thrilled with their new home, thrilled with their wealth, and they were very optimistic about their future. By the end of the first day, players on Island 1 had finally reached the big tree. You realize how high up you are?
Oh yeah, no, we're not scared.
No?
No pain, no gain.
Island 1 was still pretty far from having fully fledged civilizations, but there were communities starting to form. For example, this player named Remy the Rats made a small restaurant to feed those who were starving. Remy the Rat, what are you serving them here? It's very popular. Bread? And you
do,
could.
you know?
What the frick? Why? Wait, is this a bread line? Oh no.
No, that's to be fair, this would be me as well. Right here, with all these people, I'll be here standing in this line as well. Nothing good about some good role play, right? I'm a good role player in any game that I play in. Depends on what kind of game. So we'll see. We might do a whole Minecraft stream, or depends on the stream that I want to do, or the type of stream that you want, or game that you want me to stream. You can post it. All right, there's a Discord, right? I think I can show it to you guys before I get to here. I'll type it real quick. Hold on. I'm going to go on Discord real quick. All right, I'm going to show it now. All right, so this is the Discord server. Right here. S- I'll see if I can send invite right here. And I put it in the chat so you guys can join it that way. I'll post it right now. on. I know what to do. I'll fix this real quick. All right, so I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it. I don't know why I did that twice. You can see it, right? Hold on. That is it. This is the Discord link. I already copied it, so I'm going to go on the Twitch page real quick. So I can go on and do it.
There was someone who.
All right. You're seeing this all live.
There was someone who.
All right. There it is. All right. There it is. That's the Discord server in chat.
There was someone who.
There it is. There it is. That's the Discord server in chat.
I also got word that there was a small group of people who had chosen to settle in a weird location.
People at the volcano.
What type of people would choose to live on a volcano? Hey guys.
Hello.
What the?
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the mafia.
This was Lingolini, and he had recruited about 20 people to join his Italian mafia. His goals were very simple: make friends and get rich.
Hold on, let me tell you a little secret. We found some netherite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, don't tell anyone though. We're trying to keep it between us.
We'll check back in with these guys later, but in the meantime, on Island 2, there were actual huge civilizations starting to form.
I don't care about power. I don't care about government. I just want to make a nice place for my people to live.
This player named Collie Cass was the leader of about 50 people in a nation she named the Cass Coalition. And a coalition it was of very different types of people.
I can
including
tell you which
pirates,
side.
bankers, Canadians.
Right now, I can tell you which side is going to be feuding the most. I can tell you which side. Right now, I can tell you which side is going to be feuding the most. Right now, when you are watching this, the side that's going to have a lot of feud is the Grit side. I can bet on that. When you are watching this, the side that's going to have a lot of feud is. As we have having a lot of money, yes, that's good. But then there's a lot of people that's going to be greedy and want more. So that's going to cause a lot of conflict. So it's going to be that issue is going to also be on the poor side, but it's going to be more on the rich side. That issue is going to also be on the poor side.
Canadian cartels, bakery owners, and their employees.
Want fair working conditions.
How much are you even being paid to work up here?
Hey, people are getting paid?
Now, later in the day, Island 2 would face its first conflict.
Hey, you guys can't be destroying the beach.
Who are you?
A group of about 20 people were extracting
Things like this, things like this will happen. You know, people doesn't really care. You know. Because they have all this wealth already, they can do whatever they want.
And from the shore right next to the Cass Coalition. Cass was obviously not happy about this, but these people didn't care because they were from a much bigger nation called the Commonwealth.
We're actually
I'm sure you have a lot of land over that side.
we have strength in numbers.
The Commonwealth was a massive civilization that was formed on day one when 5 distinct groups were close enough to each other that they just decided to come together and unify under one nation. As a result, the Commonwealth had a government with 5 leaders at the top and over 150 citizens.
We're going to turn this mountain into our city currently.
Okay. The Commonwealth leaders were very ambitious and wanted to make the Commonwealth the most beautiful, the most respected, the most powerful nation on Island 2, even if it came at the expense of others. Overall, by the end of the day, Island 2 was much further ahead than Island 1, as expected. But let's see what happens in the following days. As players logged back in the next day, nobody was expecting that the beginning of day 2 would end up having one of the most consequential moments of the entire event. Revy the Rats was running his restaurants when he received a visit from a player named Spood.
Knight, I need food, I'm dying.
Yo, Spood.
Yeah.
Your private bar.
Oh, I need food. Oh, God, I'm too kind. I care about everyone else before myself. It's such a problem.
Now, this player, Spood, was a rising leader on Island 1. He was known for always giving away his own food. But some people started to suspect that Spood's supposed generosity was merely a method to gain popularity, to further his political ambitions. That is, until...
Yep, paid Dr. Rat here. Paid, nothing can tell me anything otherwise. This guy was paid to do all this. Yep, paid Dr. Rat here. Paid, nothing can tell me anything otherwise. This guy was paid to do all this. This guy was paid to do this. So that's Spood here, that's his name, right? This guy was could so that's gain the popularity he needed, which he was going to say here right now. But anything that just suddenly happened, I just think that somebody's paying him to eat. Unless somebody can tell me otherwise.
Oh my God.
Which I know the poor side is going to have a lot of conflict because they're poor, so they're going to fight a lot to get resources. Yes, they're going to be the stronger nation in the
assassination attempt, which brought him exactly the attention he needed to cement himself as a legend on Island 1. People were drawn to him, and on day 2, Spood used this leverage to establish an empire named Westhelm.
These people have made me emperor.
Sometimes I wish I can build like this, but my builds right now is just...
You mean where people fight to the death?
Me, but exactly. Kind of building a little house,
the people
like
of Westhelm
a
were
box.
still struggling with food
That's
and
the only
resources.
thing I know that I
Their
can build a
motivation
box.
to succeed
And I
was
can make that box go
unbelievably
straight
high.
down.
Earlier, somebody tried to take my life. Someone with this face. But now, he's dead.
For the first time, it seemed like the people of Island 1 had hope.
The Ballad of Emperor Spood, nearly killed by some dude.
Island 1 was finally starting to develop civilizations, but not all of them were as motivated as Westhelm. Right next door, for example, was a cult named Nevermore that literally just boxed themselves in and wanted nothing to do with the rest of the world.
Quoth the Raven, Nevermore.
And honestly, these guys weren't wrong to be pessimistic.
Edgelords.
See, some of the people who chose
Edgelords
Island 1
right
had
here.
secretly been hoping that when they finally make it underground, they would find troves of iron and diamonds. But instead, they only found a giant layer of lava that stemmed from the volcano and covered the entire island.
Joy J, thanks for the
This
follow.
lava
Thank you
layer
for the
ended
follow.
up killing a lot of people. That said, a lot of people weren't necessarily angry at the poor conditions themselves, but more so about the inequality between Island 1 and Island 2. See, even though the two islands had a border separating them, preventing anyone from crossing for now, rumors were spreading about the wealth and the amazing environment of Island 2. Because of this, some people on Island 1 were starting to develop some feelings about the other island.
Thank you. I try to entertain you as much as I can.
Artists on Island 1 were
We're just-
already making
hold on.
propaganda posters, some of which
I
were
need
rather
some stuff
concerning,
here.
including a few creations
So
by
yeah,
our
I
mafia
can
leader,
see
Lingolini.
all the alerts.
Speaking of Lingolini, there was some drama on the volcano on day 2.
I just
I should have
survived an
added this.
assassination attempt.
What?
Whoa. My Mamma mia, help
Fix
me!
this
I'm
real
getting
quick.
chased! Lego likes just attacked me out of nowhere and I had to run down the mountain.
It was becoming a pretty common occurrence on Island 1 for people to try to rob or murder as a means to get food or resources. But Lingolini was not going to let that slide. Well, what are you gonna do about that then?
I put the hit out on him.
Shopping
Everybody at the mafia
soon.
knows
We're going
that
to
Lego
play in
likes is an enemy
Supermarket
of the
Simulator
mafia.
soon, so
But
you'll be
then,
able to go
during our
shopping soon.
interview. Oh wait, who's coming out over here? There's some people
Alright,
coming.
so whenever you guys follow or do anything is going to be showing here. Alright, back to the
Lingolini
video.
had decided to share his volcano territory with a larger group called Infernus, whose main goal was to preserve and protect the sacred land of the volcano. I spoke with the leader, a player named Seneca, who described herself as the Queen of Infernus.
We are a nation of the flame. We have to treat the volcano with the respect it deserves, and we hope we can work with
Not gonna
Lingolini
lie,
to just that.
this is the place that
Seneca
I
and
would live as well.
Lingolini
Trust me.
agreed to protect each other in case of an invasion and use the volcano's height and flowing lava to their advantage.
If anybody tries to attack us,
For today,
kick them out like a Koopa shell.
since this video is at least 2
Now,
hours, so I'm going
speaking
to
of
be here
invasions,
for
on
like
day
5.
2, the Cask Coalition
No,
was
I might be
approached by
streaming
an army
Supermarket
of boats.
Simulator as well.
Guys, I think we're under attack.
I mean, I
It
think
looks
up
like
to
for
4
some
hours I'll be
reason
going
the
to today.
Commonwealth was coming
4
to
hours.
attack.
No, we can't fight this. We gotta run. Get everyone out. Get everyone out.
But after a few moments of panic,
Tomorrow I
it
want to
turned
do
out to be just a
Discord.
group
I
of
want to do
immigrants who had
Discord
gotten lost.
meme reactions.
Not here to invade.
So that's why I want you guys to join the Discord link. I posted it in the chat earlier. If anyone can copy it and send it back in the chat, that'd be great.
The leader of the migrants, a player named 3 Below Zero, profusely apologized for the scare.
I'm on my day
and
off.
then
I still
the
work as
migrants
well.
took off. What's going on, Gus?
I know they didn't mean
If
to do
you
that.
if you
I'm
don't
telling
catch
my
if
people
you
not
don't
to.
catch me playing the game today, you might catch me tomorrow. 'Cause I'm playing it tomorrow as well.
Now on day 2, players had finally realized that Island 2 was not technically an island at all, but an archipelago or chain of islands. The northern island was an optimal place to settle with open fields, trees, and wildlife. So naturally it had the biggest civilizations, including the Commonwealth, the Cask Coalition, and a huge kingdom named Tricolor ruled by a monarch named Jofield.
So if you want to know,
for the underground,
yeah,
green
I
for
post
plains, and blue for coast.
The center island, meanwhile,
I'll
had
post
big cherry
updates in the
blossom
Discord,
trees and was the home
so
of
you
a
guys
small
can know
nation
whenever I'm going
called
to be live and the
Barbuland.
type of stuff
What
games
is
that I might do on there.
Oh,
Also, I
God.
will want to have your input
And
on what
lastly,
you
the
want
southern
to
island
see
was
me do
big, but
online as
also
well.
extremely dense,
So,
flooded with
join the
jungles
Discord
and
and we can have
swamps.
those
As a result,
fun
nobody really
conversations.
wanted to stay there. Although I did find one person. Sass, what is this?
Can't you tell? This is my vacation home.
How's this a vacation home? I don't see any lawn chairs or furniture. There's no
Hey,
roof.
hold your horses there, cowboy. It's not done yet.
Saps was one of the few players who chose not to join any civilizations because he didn't want to get dragged into politics and drama. Still, he made lots of friends across Island 2, his best friend Flux actually being the second in command of the migrant group. Speaking of, 3 Below Zero and the migrants had finally reached their destination all the way up north. Now, other than accidentally invading the Cask Coalition, these guys seemed pretty insignificant. But little did people know, this new civilization was about to change the entire world.
Bro,
we are blessed
see
to
all
live
these
where
scenes
we
that
live,
I'm seeing right now. This
and we
is like a
intend to
whole
use it for
movie
good.
right now.
We
Watching
are
a movie,
light.
guys.
We are the light. We are Luminara.
The migrants had decided to call their civilization Luminara. They saw themselves as the light of Island 2, the innovators, the inventors. See, the reason 3 Below Zero had chosen
way
this
too far,
specific location to settle, well, it wasn't by accident. After the first day, 3 Below Zero had used content and propaganda released by the people of Island 1 to estimate the location of the other island. He then used a coordinate
guy is
system
risky,
to calculate
you know?
the northernmost point of Island 2.
He's taking big risks
His
right now.
goal was to settle as closely as possible to the other island so that when the day comes, when the borders drop, Luminara can build a massive bridge connecting the two islands, giving free passage as a sign of good faith to perhaps bring about world peace. But it wouldn't be that simple. The second in command of Luminara, Flux, as well as a few concerned citizens, did not want that bridge to be built. They had seen the Island 1 propaganda. They knew that people on Island 1 were angry. Their fear was that Island 1 would just use that bridge as an opportunity to invade Luminara and perhaps invade the rest of Island 2, leading
Which you know
to
will
a
happen.
world war.
There's no way no war is going to happen, right? Because there's going to be jealousy growing over the
Island
poor
1
side.
is going to invade us, and Luminara is going to be their first target.
What about the goal of world peace?
I respect our leader's goal, but he's dead wrong. We shouldn't be trying to befriend our enemies. The way we're going to achieve world peace is by uniting Island 2 against Island 1.
What if 3 Below Zero says no? What if they finish the bridge?
Well, then at least they'll know I tried to warn them when Island 1 comes and kills us all.
Ah, this is some good acting right here, man.
As Day 2 came to an end, tensions were rising, both within nations and between islands, leaving people worried about what's going to happen next.
Turn off my mic. My mic is a little low.
Back on Island 1, I was watching a small group of pirates who called themselves Al-Karasina.
Al-Karasina, my friend. We're the baddest pirates around.
Now, if you look closely, there was a person of interest hanging around with the pirates.
Lego likes just picked me out of nowhere and I had to run down the mountain.
Well, what are you gonna do about that then?
I put a hit out on him.
So to be clear, Lego Likes had a bounty on his head, and he was hanging around pirates. You can probably guess how this ends.
Yo, Lego's Angus here. So this is everything you guys got, huh? Not much.
To be honest, I feel like doing a Minecraft stream is the way to go, you know? I mean, I do have an Xbox, I can just play it on there. But, I want to play it on PC.
The Al-Karasina pirates
So I can
had
do it
killed
modded.
Lego Likes,
Then
but
get
there
modded,
was
a
a
modded
small problem.
Minecraft.
Did you hear
But there's
about the
this
news?
mod, if you haven't heard of, that's called the Create mod. I'd like to experiment
Because
with
Lego
that.
Likes had technically died to boiling water instead of a player, Lingolini didn't know who actually killed him. Because Lego Likes had technically died to boiling water.
Do you guys waiting to watch a Minecraft stream? Do you guys waiting to watch a Minecraft stream?
But fortunately for the pirates, when a player dies, the dead player drops their own head, which the pirates believed would be the proof they needed to collect their bounty later today. So you're expecting a payment later?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll go.
You guys let me talk.
By day 3, players had basically mapped out all of Island 1 and were finally starting to adapt to the environment.
Day 1 was horrific. We literally had bread lines. Day 2, we're building a coliseum, a citadel. I am literally immortal. Hopefully that isn't foreshadowing.
Emperor's Food was still the most powerful man on Island 1, and on day 3, he was invited to a big international meeting hosted by a charity group called the Blue Cross.
We invited you here mainly to discuss plans in case the volcano erupts. What are your individual plans?
A large bunker underground.
Just not using flammable materials.
We don't have any real plan, you know.
What? You don't have plans? If that volcano erupts, you deserve to die.
Emperor's Food had come in with good intentions, but it was there that he learned that he hates meetings.
I'm gonna go there.
When Emperor's Food left, the other leaders were unsettled. Was this guy really the figurehead of Island 1?
Okay, we need a better representative.
Then, basically right on cue.
Elysium diplomats follow me. Bodyguards.
Sorry guys, sorry, I'm late.
This is Benji, and he's the leader of Island 1's second biggest civilization, called Elysium. See, on day 2, Benji had discovered that toward the outer edges of the island, away from the volcano, the water isn't boiling hot anymore. So he
I would
founded
live on this
Elysium,
side of
which
this
literally
island.
translates to a place of
I
ideal
said it
happiness.
before. I'll be on this side, island one.
Which literally translates to a place of
I
ideal
said it
happiness.
before. I'll be on this side, island one. Why not? I like the challenge more than easy. I don't like doing the easy way out. The challenge is the best way to do it. I like the challenge.
And he made the nation to give peace-loving people a chance to relax and get away from all the troubles of Island 1. Look at these Elysian guys swimming in the water.
We were hoping that Lord Ish could summon a single mushroom cow.
All right, if anyone drops a pufferfish in the next 60 seconds, I'll do it.
What do I have to do?
What do I have to do? The pufferfish. Quick.
There it is.
All right.
We can kill it for leather!
Now, back at the Blue Cross, Benji and the other leaders discussed the possibility of creating a full Island 1 alliance. All the leaders at the meeting, including Westhelm's representatives, believed that given the harsh conditions of Island 1, an island-wide alliance could be a game changer. But first...
Before we make this official, we have to convince everyone else to join.
See, there were a few civilizations not present at the meeting, and to complete the full Island 1 alliance, the Blue Cross would have to go out and get them all on board. First was the Al-Karasina pirates, who coincidentally happened to pass by the meeting as it was happening.
Hey, guys.
Hello. They were on their way to collect their bounty from the second nation not yet in the alliance, the Linguini Mafia. Oh, yes, they're waiting.
Hello, I'm looking for Mario.
Hello, it's me. Ooh, mamma mia. It looks like a small brain. It sure looks like a Lego lights.
Meanwhile, the Nevermore cults would probably be a little bit more difficult to convince, but the Blue Cross said they'd try anyway. Now, as for the fourth and final nation, well, it was a bit of a mysterious
Look at
group.
this.
Their civilization
This is
was
the level
down
of build
south,
I
and
want
they
to
were very
reach.
isolated and secretive.
Like this,
they were also
right here.
rumored to have an extremely strict government, but
One
also
day,
a
I'll
large
build
amount of
something just
very
as cool as
skilled
this.
fighters. As a result, people were kind of scared to approach them, but they knew they had to eventually to complete the Blue Cross Alliance. They knew that if this alliance works out, it wouldn't matter that they all lived on the poor island. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the most powerful force in the world would become Island 1. At first, Island 1 was supposed to lose, but now they were on the verge of turning their lives around completely. As you can see, there was a bit of commotion at the Commonwealth. They had just exploded their own land because of a miscommunication. What happened was one of the 5 leaders, Coraline, got the idea that the Commonwealth was planning to move east. So she started telling everyone to move. Thus, believing that they wouldn't need their old land anymore, one of the citizens just decided to blow it up.
I thought we were moving.
What? We're not moving. I'm surrounded by idiots.
Overall, the Commonwealth was having trouble getting anything done because the 5 leaders were constantly fighting over power. See, there were 5 leaders, each with 1 vote, but because they were originally 5 separate nations, each with a differing amount of citizens, should the smallest faction's vote have the same weight as the biggest faction's vote?
It's just ridiculous that Almond's vote is worth the same as mine. I mean, I need about 50 people, and he has barely 5.
Because of all the fighting and disarray, Commonwealth citizens started moving to other nations like the Cass Coalition.
See? I told you before, there's going to be a lot more conflict on Island 1, Island 2 than 1. Just because. I told you before, there's going to be a lot more conflict on Island 1, Island 2 than 1. Just because. I told you before, there's going to be a lot more conflict on Island 1, Island 2.
Cass's style of governing, letting people do whatever they want, was making her very popular with her people.
I've been with Cass since pretty much the beginning, and she's established a democracy, a
I
true
don't know
one.
which mic I'm
Focused
using.
on like letting everybody do their thing.
But at the same time, the lack of any regulations had some unintended consequences, like players making strange and ugly buildings. So to solve this, Cass hired a building inspector.
I have placed a lot of foundation for a glorious city, basically made out of stone. That way no one can burn us down.
However, the building inspector did get a little power hungry. What's going on here?
He said he's gonna demolish my house because it's not up to building code.
Because it's not up to code.
So then, citizens took matters into their own hands. Anyway, on day 3, the biggest nations on Island 2 were still the Commonwealth, the Cass Coalition, and Tricolor. Tricolor was a medieval civilization separated into 3 regions, one of them being an underground city. Oh my gosh. This is big.
Yeah.
People didn't really know that much about Jovial and Tricolor because they tended to be more private. Jovial was more interested in building up Tricolor rather than doing outside diplomacy. But people would still come to Jovial with all the political news of Island 2.
I am so tired of the politics already.
What's up? People are concerned with Aperion trying to colonize them.
Oh my god.
Now, this particular rumor about a group named Aperion colonizing people happened to be false. Aperion was just a small town led by a player named Alkaline, and it was actually the only nation other than Luminara that directly bordered the ocean next to Island 1. That said, the rumor that Island 1 was uniting was true, which got some people worried, especially the 2 border states. So Jovial invited over all the major leaders and diplomats of Island 2 for an emergency meeting. The only leader who declined was 3 Below Zero because he was busy building the Luminara Bridge. So he sent in his place his second-in-command, Flux. Flux, what's your plan here?
I don't care what 3 Below Zero says, we need to make sure everyone unites against Island 1.
Good luck, sir. And because this meeting was the most important event yet on Island 2, Jovial invited a neutral mediator, someone who could lead the meeting in a fair manner and wasn't a part of any nation. Sax, where are you going?
Apparently they're making me lead the meeting with all the Island 2 leaders.
You sound very excited about it.
Oh no, I'm not excited. I'm terrified. I'm accidentally gonna cause a war.
Alright, I think everyone's here.
Well, we at the great and mighty Commonwealth are looking forward to a productive conversation.
Thanks,
Okay.
it's great.
So, as the president of Aperion, I'm actually really worried about our town, which is why I'm proposing we all join a defense pact. If one of us gets attacked, all of us are under attack.
Here, here.
I can agree to
Yeah,
that.
I like that. That's good.
That's a good start, but if Island 1 attacks, say, Luminara, well, by the time you can even arrive to defend us, everyone at Luminara will already be dead.
Which is why I think we need to focus our efforts on preventing an attack in the first place.
An attack is inevitable. I'm just saying.
Hold on, Flux. Let Jovial finish.
Island 1 is starving. They're not going to attack us. They have bigger problems. And imagine for a second how quickly we could change their hearts and minds if, instead of treating them as an enemy, we send them aid.
I think Joe feels right. We do the defense pact, but we also send aid to Island 1. Basically, we're ready for an attack, but we try our best to prevent it. I'm on board with that.
I can agree to that.
The Commonwealth agrees.
Guys, no, this is ridiculous. Island 1 is literally making propaganda saying death to Island 2. They're jealous that we live in a paradise, and they're gonna invade us no matter what. And you wanna send aid to them? Guess what? They're gonna take whatever you send them, food, armor, weapons, and they're gonna use all of that against us.
He might have a point.
Hold on. Island 1 isn't evil. They're not savages. They just need help.
You cannot be this naive.
Well, there's a guy under the table. There's a guy under the table.
Everyone is super on edge. They're worried about traps.
Guys, Island 1 is united. They have hundreds of people all aligned in the same goal, to kill us and take our resources. If they decide to attack any single one of our nations, it'll be easy. All they'll need to do is walk ahead. which is why we need to either merge all of our nations right now, we all choose a spot and combine into one civilization. Either that, or we attack Island 1 first.
Are you crazy?
What?
This is ridiculous.
What's crazy, Joe Feel, is you leading all of us to our death.
Oh my God.
You have to
We
listen to
can't
me.
do that.
If we don't do this, it's the end of Island 2.
Hold on, we can't do that. That's crazy.
What is happening?
All right, everyone. We can't fight. Let's just vote. All in favor of Flux's plan to treat Island 1 as an enemy, say aye.
Aye.
Yo, what's good? I'm doing good. We're just watching this YouTube video. Have you seen it before? Yo, what's good? Yeah, it's been a while, you know. We're just watching this YouTube video. Have you seen it before? Yo, what's good? Yeah, it's been a while, you know. We're just watching this YouTube video. Have you seen it? I've been battling. Well, I'm still in pain and currently recovering. I have a back. I've strained my back, so that's causing me to limit the amount of walking I can do today. Walking I can do or lifting I can do. So that's what I'm trying to alleviate. So we're just here, you know, relaxing a bit. That's what I'm trying to alleviate. So we're just here, you know, relaxing a bit.
Meanwhile, at West Helm, I ran into something interesting.
Our next song is called Island 1.
Oh my god! So you remember this guy?
The Ballad of Emperor Spoon.
Well, he had joined a band that produced actual songs and then performed them all across Island 1.
A barren wasteland island, a boiling water sea. Let's go. And no resources to speak of, except a water tree.
Let's go! Everyone loved the Island 1 band, including Emperor Spoon, who found that the music bolstered the morale of his citizens. He believed that a happy citizen is a productive citizen.
West Helm took us in and gave us.
Alright, so at the end of this, which island you think is going to be standing still? Would it be Island 2, the Island of Safety, or Island 1? Which island you think is going to be standing still? Would it be Island 2, the Island of Safety, or Island 1? Which island you think?
Even though Emperor Spoon was a chaotic figure, West Helm itself was the opposite. It had an...
Because based on what I'm seeing,
Even though Emperor Spoon was a chaotic figure, West
Um,
Helm itself was the opposite.
right now, I don't know how much armor Island 1 has, but we'll see as this go on. But I'm still thinking that Island 1 is going to still have people left over Island 2. We'll see.
Army, a storage system, and a hierarchy, from emperor all the way down to citizen or plebeian. And of course, there was the Colosseum, which when finished will play a major role in West Helm's justice system. That said, Emperor Spoon was not happy when he heard that yesterday, Benji and the other leaders had been talking poorly about him.
Okay, we need a best representative.
Our final goal is to put Benji Button in here. No, that is a joke. That is a joke.
You don't want Benji to die, do you?
We need a best representative.
Well, I mean...
Benji and the other leaders were concerned that Emperor Spoon is unstable and may one day try to take over the entire island. And their concerns only grew when Spoon was caught listening to Napoleon on Spotify. But they also knew that if Island 2 were to ever attack, they needed Spoon on their side, so they didn't know what to do.
Well, here we are. I just want to say, thank you, Spoon, for all your support.
You're welcome. I'm the best.
Glory to West Helm.
Meanwhile, Meanwhile, Seneca, the Queen of Infernus, had decided to begin building a massive castle for her people, a beautiful home base that would hover directly over the volcano.
Builds like this. Yeah. I wish I was this good at building in Minecraft. It's building like this I know how to build, not this.
Yesterday at the Island 1 meeting, a lot of leaders expressed worries about rumors that the volcano may erupt, and they talked about how they would each take different precautions. Everyone believed that the volcano was dangerous except for Seneca, who had decided to take the opposite approach.
It's all just paranoia.
That's the word.
If we
Thank you
really
for the
value
follow,
the
man.
volcano, we need to have faith it won't erupt.
The main goal of Infernus as a civilization was to preserve the sacred land of the volcano. So what better way to show faith and demonstrate loyalty than to make your home right above it? Lingolini, meanwhile, decided to make his home underground within the volcano.
Live under the ground, like a Goomba.
Welcome.
Lingolini's main goal was to get rich, and having direct access to iron and gold was one reason for him and the Mafia to live there. But it wasn't the main reason. Remember this interaction from day one?
Hold on, let me tell you a little secret. We found some netherite.
Oh, really? Scattered throughout the volcano were pieces of netherite, the rarest and most powerful mineral in all of Minecraft. Not even Island 2 had netherite. It was the single secret advantage that Island 1 had. And the only ones who knew about it were the Lingolini Mafia and Infernus. Now, even though Infernus didn't exactly like how Lingolini was desecrating what they consider to be sacred land, they made a deal with him. The Mafia can keep mining so long as they provide Infernus with some of the minerals they find. But Lingolini was unsatisfied.
They want to use us. They want cheap labor. I'm not giving them anything.
Lingolini didn't like how Infernus was basically forcing the Mafia to mine for them with nothing in return. So he secretly instructed everyone in the Mafia not to give Infernus anything. Lingolini's hope was that Infernus never asks for those minerals and forgets about the deal entirely. Otherwise, he would be in a lot of trouble. That said, despite this conflict, the rest of the Island 1 unification effort was going very well. Earlier today, Lingolini had decided to join the Blue Cross Alliance.
Thank you all so much for having me.
The Alcaracina pirates were also eager to join, and surprisingly, so was Nevermore. There was only one holdout. This mysterious civilization was called the Covenant, and it was ruled by a dictator named Turntap. How are you elected exactly? By a vote of the people or the vote of yourself?
Elected?
Turntap wasn't sure about joining the Island 1 Alliance because the people of the Covenant were generally skeptical of outsiders. They only took pride in their own nation, especially in their army, which was composed of really good PvPers who weren't above using torture to get their way. Are they drowning this guy? Now, I felt a little bad for this player, so I threatened the Covenant. Covenant uses water torture. I'm reporting this to Sidefall News. So I went to the local news reporter. Sidefall, I have a story for you. I just caught the Covenant waterboarding one of their own people.
Oh. Well, I'm paid off by them, so I don't really care.
What?
Dude, it's free money.
You know what?
It's called a business for a reason. It's not for profit, okay?
Sidefall ran a news business with questionable ethics. He was also known for making up fake stories, writing things like, "The lava is rising," just to sell more papers. That said, earlier today, he had made a legitimate discovery that could devastate the entire island. Island 1 had a lot of known dangers, from the lava layer to the boiling water to the powdered snow. But there was one last danger that nobody knew about until now. while, the
Not
people
you.
of Island 2 had
Why
spent the
didn't
day
this thing,
building
man?
their civilizations and having a good
I
time.
was that person.
Yesterday, their leaders had voted
I was that
whenever
person,
the
I would
border
have
drops,
enslaved
Island
that
2
thing,
would
man.
send aid to Island 1, hoping this gesture would lead to peace. But not everyone agreed with this approach. When Flux returned home to Luminara, 3 Below Zero was furious at Flux for causing chaos at the meeting and for going against Luminara's values. 3 Below Zero, as the leader of Luminara, was actually heavily in favor of sending aid to Island 1. The whole point of the Luminara Bridge was to make peace with Island 1, not to start a war. As a result, 3 Below Zero demoted Flux from his position as second in command. I spoke with Legacy, a citizen of Luminara.
Yeah, Flux has been gone all day. People here don't really like him anymore.
Flux and his crew had spent the day building a secret bunker under the ocean, a place for them to hide if Island 1 attacks. And then Flux spent the rest of the day helping his best friend, Saps, finish building his home.
Despite all the chaos, Sap still reached out to me after I was demoted.
Mr. Mediator, what a good friend.
Flux over here could be a little unpredictable, but he's my friend, and I know he genuinely wants the best for us.
Even though Flux was much more ambitious than Saps, these two had become very good friends.
So many diamonds already.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah.
But just as day 4 was about to come to a peaceful end, something happened that would change the course of Island 2 forever. Something happened that would change the course of Island 2 forever. Jofiel, the leader of one of Island 2's largest civilizations, was walking across Tricolor with her second-in-command, Seraphim. Jofiel, the leader of one of Island 2's largest civilizations, was walking across Tricolor with her second-in-command, Seraphim. What? No way. The second in command of Tricolor had just killed their own leader. And immediately, all of Island 2 went on lockdown. What happened? They killed Jofiel. Why? After Seraphim fled, Tricolor was in complete disarray. Back at Saps' place, Flux told Saps it might be a good idea for him to call an emergency meeting with all the leaders. So he and many others headed to try an emergency meeting with all the leaders. He and many others headed to try.
Told you, man. A lot of conflict already, man.
Now, Island 2 wasn't the only place that would face tragedy. Oh, what? The leader of the Al-Karasina pirates, Noble Bucket, died very suddenly. Alright, they sent me the footage of what happened. Oh no. He doesn't know the lava layer's there.
No. I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. I think
Oh my god.
With world leaders dying left and right, the media had plenty to report on. The most trusted news company was from Elysium, called Daybreak Media.
We're number one because we actually report the truth, unlike that bozo sideball.
And later into day 5, the news would get even crazier. For purposes of unity, the Covenant had finally decided to join the Blue Cross Alliance, thus successfully uniting the entirety of Island 1. But right away, the strength of this alliance would be tested. Earlier, a citizen of Infernus had accidentally told someone outside of Infernus that there was netherite in the volcano, and this news spread all across the island. This was a disaster for Infernus and the Linguolini Mafia, who had been trying to keep the existence of netherites to themselves. Immediately after hearing about the netherite, the Covenant sent a mining expedition into the volcano without telling Infernus. And lo and behold, they confirmed there was netherite. planet had a scary reputation and a ruthless army. Queen Seneca of Infernus felt it was in her best interest to allow the Covenant to mine. But when other nations like Westhelm started asking if they too could mine in the volcano, Seneca said no.
People are actually
logging it.
Before any fighting could break out, the Blue Cross quickly reached out to all the leaders and told them to put this issue on hold.
We're inviting everyone here tomorrow so we can all talk this through peacefully. We're Island 1. We cannot afford to have a war over some mineral. We're Island 1. We cannot.
Meanwhile, Island 2 was still processing the death of Jophiel.
Even though I was just a farmer, you know, you still made me feel important.
Saps would invite all of the leaders for a meeting later so they could coordinate a hunt for Seraphim and discuss their plans for when the border inevitably drops. Now, after Jophiel's death, Tricolor had lost a lot of its power, which left the island with really one dominant nation, the Commonwealth. But remember from day 3 how the 5 Commonwealth leaders were in constant fights with each other?
It is ridiculous that Almond's vote is worth the same as mine.
Well, this all came to a head on day 5 when one of the leaders was caught plotting to take control of the entire Commonwealth. So, another Commonwealth leader then paid an assassin to, well... Oh my god! Wolfram's dead.
We just witnessed murder!
After this, people from the Commonwealth lost even more faith in their governments. This Commonwealth citizen went to the Cass Coalition to complain to Cass directly.
I got information that there might be netherite on the other island. My leadership said, quote, netherite is useless.
Netherite is, of course, not useless. I think that's a foolish statement.
As the Commonwealth erupted, the Cass Coalition thrived. But they did have their own problems. Is this your employee?
Yes, he is.
That implied I get paid.
Is he not getting paid?
Skip out on work.
You hear this woman?
Earlier, Wood Daddy had ditched work to attend a party in Barbieland. So as punishment, his employers forced him to risk his life and chop down one of the tallest trees in the Cass Coalition. He's asking for help.
You have to yell louder. I can't hear you. You're so far up. You have to get closer to the ground. I can't hear you. You're so far up. You have to get closer.
What the? Now, because of this recent tragedy, Cass decided to stay home from Saps' meeting. That said, every other major leader was now on their way. Cass decided to stay home from Saps' meeting. That said, every other major leader... As the leaders and representatives arrived, there was one person who would be notably absent, banned from attending the meeting. Before the meeting started, Flux called me to his underground bunker because he had something, quote, important to tell me. Flux, what are you gonna do?
Well, first, let me just explain. I'm not allowed to attend this meeting because the leaders of this island are utterly incompetent. They can see that Island 1 is gearing up to invade us. And their response is, let's give Island 1 more gear. It's completely brainless, and it's going to result in all of our people dying.
So, you got a plan?
I had a plan, but nobody listened. They all voted against it. Look, we can still save this island, but the current leadership has to go.
What do you mean, has to go?
Has to go. Removed. And I'm done waiting. It's gonna happen today.
Leaders, welcome. Thank you all for coming. We have a lot of very important stuff to talk about.
You know, during the first meeting, there was one person there who actually understood what I was saying. Seraphim reached out to me, asked me if they could help in any way. I told Seraphim to kill Jophiel. And today, we will finish the job!
So Seraphim gets there. What actually happens next?
Something I didn't want to do, but something that needs to be done. I'm going to save this island by any means necessary.
I would like to bring you to the table. If you agree with full chaos on Seraphim, please say aye.
Aye. Are you sure this is gonna work?
I don't know, but we have no other choice.
Alright, so I have something to say. Is there a possibility, any possibility, that the assassination of Wolfram and the assassination of Jofiel by Seraphim is any way connected? Is there a conspiracy going on right now? Do we think that's a thing? Are leaders safe?
I have reason to believe that leaders are not safe.
Flux, do you feel any guilt doing all this?
Well, part of me feels bad for Saps.
I also don't think the leaders are safe.
What do you mean you feel bad for Saps?
He has no idea what's about to happen to him. But if you had to betray one person to save 1,000, would you?
What just happened? What happened? I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Oh my god!
Why is there a trap? Is this all a setup? Saps? Where's Saps? Where did he go? Did Saps do this? Wait, Saps? We have to find him.
Hunt him down! Kill him! Kill Saps! Saps, where are you? Saps!
Bruh. Bruh.
It was a new day, and Island 2 was in shock. On day 4, when Saps was in Tricolor helping the people after the death of Jofiel, Flux and his crew had built a trap in his roof. And Saps did not know they had done this. He had been framed by his friend Flux, used as a scapegoat for Flux's plan. But because they had to rush to build the trap, it actually wasn't fully successful. Some of the dripstone, including the one meant for 3 Below Zero, had failed. But overall, the trap still killed the leader of Aperion, Alkaline Alk, a leader of the Commonwealth, Coraline, and 4 other very high-ranking officials from across the island. The people of Island 2 were devastated, confused, and angry.
Our leader's dead.
What just happened? After the trap went off, Seraphim was immediately caught and killed. Oh!
We're in Tricolor.
But when more people found out about how exactly their leaders died, their anger wasn't really towards Seraphim, but toward the person they believed was behind it all, Saps. And it made sense. Saps knew he'd be hosting leaders at his home. It was his roof that had a secret trap. A trap that happened to fit perfectly into the design of the roof. Saps was about as guilty as it was possible to be. With that, all the major Island 2 nations, from the Commonwealth to the Caste Coalition to Tricolor to Luminara, declared Saps to be hunted down and killed, while Flux got away with it all.
If you had to betray one person to save 1,000, would you?
And on top of all of this, at the beginning of day 6, it was announced that tomorrow, on day 7, the border between the 2 islands will finally fall. Both islands now have 1 day to prepare.
Now the action begins.
Now, when the people of Island 1 saw the chaos happening on the other island, most just didn't really care about it. A lot of the hatred against Island 2 that was popular in the early days had faded away. That is, except for this player named Oppenheimer, who was determined to take out Barbie Land because in 2023, the Barbie movie had outsold the Oppenheimer movie.
I'm building a nuclear rocket that will make yesterday's chaos look like child's play.
But when Oppenheimer tried testing his nuke, it went up and up and up and was never seen again. Now, Day 6 did present some new challenges for some of the civilizations. For example, at Nevermore, what is this? What are you doing up here?
I got voted out because they hate me.
Oh! Come on! No, Josh! What about me?
What? I didn't do anything!
I blame Ish.
Meanwhile, at Elysium,
I hate being a leader. Everyone here is so stubborn.
Benji was having trouble getting laws passed because his people kept opposing any changes that threatened their peaceful lifestyle. The people of Elysium were generally skeptical of government officials, sometimes even holding trials against them. Although this particular trial did not go to plan.
Guys, somebody stole Gerald. The mushroom cow, Gerald, has been stolen.
Let's go!
There they all go. Meanwhile, at West Helm, there was a bit of a food problem going on. Not a shortage.
I don't care about me, you know?
See, Remy the Rat had opened up a new restaurant right across from the Coliseum, but the food was questionable. So his customers had instead started buying their food from another player named Dinosaur. That is, until...
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What is he? Permanently closed. All food is now at... Remy, are you behind the murder of Dinosaur? Permanently closed. All food is now at... Anyway, on Day 6, the West Helm Coliseum was finally complete. Yeah! What do you plan on using this arena for?
Do I actually have to say legally?
No?
Maybe a little bit of blood will be shed. That's all I can say.
While Spood was a popular leader who got things done, he had also developed a reputation of being a little unstable. He said outlandish things, he can't stand meetings, and his justice system wasn't by courthouse, but by combat. This is something Spood's first attempted assassin, Ramsayer, tried to prevent. It's why he tried to kill Spood, and he wouldn't be the only one. There has been a small but coordinated secret revolution growing in West Helm, with aims to overthrow and murder Spood. The two leading figures are West Helm citizen Ramsay Pi and West Helm's head builder, Knight Arcturus.
You know, I helped design his Coliseum, not knowing Spood actually wanted to use it for bloodshed. He's insane.
The first part of their plan was to take out Spood's second in command, a player named Oo.
Yeah.
Second in command down. But Ramsay Pi was immediately chased down by West Helm's army.
You could have made something happen, man.
Oh. Oh. With Ramsay Pi dead, Knight Arcturus became the sole leader of the revolution. But he also knew it was only a matter of time before Spood finds out about his plans.
I want to make one thing clear. Anybody who is caught plotting against me will be executed. In the name of West Helm. Glory to West Helm. Glory to West Helm. Glory to West Helm. Will be executed.
Now, before the border drops, the Island 1 leaders all met to discuss what to do about the Netherites in the volcano. Going into the meeting, people were not happy with Infernus and the Linguini Mafia, who were believed to be keeping Netherite to themselves.
Please keep all your weapons holstered at all times unless you absolutely have to take them.
The meeting began with West Helm's representative and Spood's newly appointed second-in-command, Spider.
We asked if you had netherite, and you lied. You said there was no netherite, that you had looked in it, and that you hadn't found any.
Because people were immediately starting to gang up on Infernus, Benji from Elysium tried to keep the peace.
Why is it Infernus' job to report on the netherite? There were people literally going into their territory, mine without authorization, and then accuse them of doing something wrong.
After some more discussion, Infernus was asked the big question.
Will you open up rights to mining underneath the volcano?
It is still our land. It is still the place where we live. And of course, things like trade are important, but in terms of opening up the volcano, it is an adamant no.
Ooh. I agree. Now, Lingolini, Seneca's biggest ally, was about to speak, but what he ended up saying was unexpected.
We have to humbly disagree with Infernus of not allowing anyone else to mine in the volcano. This is Island 1. We're all struggling against the nature and everything like that. Shouldn't we all be allowed to mine wherever we please?
No way.
Yes. Be open to give you resources since it is your land.
But Seneca still said no.
The volcano is still our sacred.
He went even further.
On the day one, Mario was here first on the volcano, and we're able to mine there, but it's not fair that no one else can mine. While your queen is over there with the diamond boots, some people don't even have any armor.
Boots, man.
It will most likely erupt within the next 2-3 days.
I doubt it.
No, that's sci-fi propaganda.
That's propaganda.
And so, after even more discussion, Westhelm made a final plea.
We have a representative from every single nation on this island. You have an opportunity here to unite us all, or you have an opportunity to totally destroy that unitedness.
But Seneca still wouldn't budge.
For now, it's a no.
So, Lingolini made a big announcement.
Mario has a large chunk of territory in the volcano. The Linguini family declares independence from Infernus, and we will open mining to anybody who wants to mine.
Seneca's leaving?
Better outcome, but this meeting's adjourned.
Zaps, what just happened?
Dude, what just happened? Every leader in front of you just died.
And you had nothing to do with it.
It wasn't me. Someone was in the roof. I'm getting framed-ish.
Following yesterday's trap on Island 2.
I'm screwed. What am I supposed to do?
He had no choice but to hide amongst the dense jungles and swamps of the southern island. But he also knew that the longer he hid, the more guilty he looked. So earlier, he had decided that he would turn himself in under the condition that he is given a fair trial. Flux, meanwhile, was satisfied with the success of his plan, but it wasn't over quite yet.
We got 2 leaders left to kill. Call me Cass, and of course, the guy who demoted me.
And because Seraphim was dead, Flux sent another member of his crew to take care of the job. Oh no.
The guy who demoted me.
Oh no. There we go. To the world, this looked like yet another senseless assassination. But to Flux, it was the strategic progression toward making the people of Island 2 paranoid. So paranoid that they wouldn't trust anybody, and especially not Island 1. In fact, the new leadership of Tricolor was already preparing for Island 1 to invade.
I think we should secure our nation, make sure we have plans when inevitable war and fighting starts.
Sending aid to Island 1 was officially off the table, and the construction of the Luminara Bridge had come to a stop. After all these days, Flux's plan was finally working. Now, the Cass Coalition, meanwhile, hosted a diplomatic meeting on Day 6 to try and increase the morale of Island 2 before the border drops, although Cass herself was too scared to attend the meeting.
And I want to enter, but my member...
Last remaining major leaders on Island 2, she now had guards with her at all times. That said, everyone would soon be tuning into the trial of Saporada to find out whether Saps will be freed or executed. Several nations argued over who would get to host the trial, but the Commonwealth ended up winning.
We've made this beautiful venue to show the world that the Commonwealth is still the strongest. We've made this beautiful venue to
But first, why is it up here? They're moving the warden up. No. No, they're not. They're bringing it to the surface. They renamed it Rising Lava? So remember that discovery that Sidefall made? Well, it was a warden, also known as the most dangerous creature in all of Minecraft. Sidefall had then renamed the warden to Rising Lava, so that when he was accidentally killed by it, the entirety of Island 1 went into a panic. The lava is not rising, but this is just as dangerous. Unleashed onto Island 1, going from place to place, terrorizing civilizations. Oh my god.
The defendant Saporata is accused of 7 counts of murder, including the murder of Joe Field, the murder of Alkaline Elf, and the murder of our very own Coraline. I will hear the prosecution's argument, followed by the defense, and then I shall make my ruling. Prosecution, go ahead.
Your Honor, Saps constructed a meeting hall which contained the deadly trap, pointed at every assassinate his leader before running to the trigger, ready to pull the trap. He then fled the scene after the trap went off, just long enough after faking his surprise. He is not only a cold-blooded murderer, but a terrorist.
The prosecution then called a survivor of the trap, Zekor, to the stand.
We know after investigating that only one seat had no trap. Can you identify who was sitting in that seat?
It was Saporata. You killed our satisfied.
Most important speech of his life.
All I ever wanted for this island was peace and cooperation between the nations. The loss at the meeting yesterday was extremely devastating and came out of nowhere. But I can tell you right now, I'm innocent. It wasn't me. The leadership in Luminara helped me build the meeting area.
He's gonna expose them.
And we're the only people who knew about the area before the leadership meeting. That includes the prosecution himself, Thomas 5200.
What?
Gotoga, Hive Rotation, Snowbird 334, and their ringleader, Fluxion. When I left to gather the leaders for the meeting, they must have snuck into the roof of the meeting to make the trap. The people who I thought I can trust the most used me for their malicious intent and killed the leaders and blamed it on me.
Saps had figured out he was betrayed and framed by his friend Flux, but he would end up making a critical mistake.
I find it rather interesting that Three Below, the leader of Luminara, is one of the only people who survived the trap. I find that rather interesting.
What about it?
The trap too.
Well, Saps falsely assumed that 3 Below Zero, the beloved leader of Luminara, was also behind the murders. And with that mistake, Saps turned everyone against him.
I'm ready to make my decision. Find Saporata. Saps is to be taken to the top of the gun.
Where'd he go?
He escaped, man.
Did he actually get away?
You gotta be kidding me! No!
He escaped.
Guilty on all counts. Disgraced. No!
Shouldn't it be dropping soon?
Yeah, I think so.
It was day 7, which means the border had officially dropped. At first, people were kind of in awe.
Whoa, this is beautiful.
Going from one island to another after all this time was a major culture shock.
Is this Island 1? Whoa!
And as expected, Island 1 people immediately started taking resources from Island 2. They're taking the sheep. But the flow of resources wasn't all in one direction.
Probably gonna take some gravel back to Island 2. We don't have a lot of it.
Still, as people from the two islands started meeting for the first time, they were surprisingly friendly to each other. Like these two who made a tunnel connecting the islands from underground.
This is amazing!
We've linked Island 1 and Island 2.
For the longest time, Island 2 feared an invasion by Island 1. But on day 7, that fear completely disappeared. It became very clear that Island 1 had no interest in war. Instead, they were just happy that they could finally enjoy Island 2 for themselves.
The water isn't boiling.
That said, at the beginning of day 7, Lingolini made a big decision. He had decided to move out of the volcano and relocate his entire mafia to Island 2.
See, this is much more organized than Island 1.
After yesterday's Netherite meeting, which got a little heated, so Island's coalition.
We do some rebranding over here.
Are you guys like violent?
We weren't violent much, but we have done some political talk that has not been taken well, which is the reason why we're here.
Sensing potential danger, Cass decided it was best for Lingolini to set up his home outside the Cass Coalition. That said, the Cass Coalition was now bigger than ever before. On day 7, Cass hosted a funeral for the deceased Wood Daddy, and over 100 people across both islands showed up.
We are gathered here today in the cherished memory of Wood Daddy, a beacon of kindness.
While Cass's influence grew, the Commonwealth was in shambles. Saps' trial yesterday was a disaster for the Commonwealth. Island 2 had entrusted the Commonwealth to run the trial of Saps. So when Saps escaped his execution, people lost all faith in the Commonwealth, which at one point was the most powerful civilization in the world. On day 7, most of the Commonwealth leaders resigned, leaving just one player, Sitzkrieg, as the sole ruler of the Commonwealth.
We're actively searching for Saps right now. We will restore honor to the Commonwealth.
One of Sitzkrieg's biggest goals was to find and kill Saps, but his other big goal was to regrow the Commonwealth's population, which by this point had shrunk by a lot. So he sent out a lot of public invites, especially to the people of Island 1, and it actually did work, until one of the people who moved in was Night Arcturus, the lead builder of Westhelm, who had to flee from Westhelm because Spood had found out about his secret plans for revolution.
Yeah, the Commonwealth is letting us hide out here. So as long as Spood doesn't find us, we should be okay.
Speaking of fugitives, the world's biggest fugitive, Saps, was back to hiding in the jungle after miraculously escaping from his trial, although his spirits were quickly fading.
Everyone thinks I'm a murderer. I just don't know what to do anymore.
Saps knew that Sitzkrieg and the Commonwealth soon planned to scout the entire southern islands to hunt him down. So on day 7, Saps decided that his best bet was to leave his home island and flee to Island 1. But it wouldn't be so easy. Because the border had just dropped, people were constantly going back and forth between the two islands, which means traveling by sea could be dangerous. So Saps decided on another method of travel. He went to the place where he was least expected. He went to the place. He's trying to use the bridge.
What the heck? What are you doing, bro? Island 1.
Now, instead of chasing Saps, the Luminara builders instead retreated to inform everyone else that Saps was on his way to Island 1. Saps, meanwhile, quickly sailed the rest of the way to the other island, although what happened next was unexpected.
Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy.
Whoa. This scared the crap out of me. Am I allowed to touch this water? Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know, it's good here. On the south side of the island, it's safe.
It turns out earlier, Saps had reached out to a bunch of people on Island 1, offering them 2 stacks of diamonds if they give him a safe place to hide. And out of all people to accept his offer, it was Turntap, the leader of the Covenant, the most feared and militaristic civilization on Island 1.
How was the trip?
I ran across the giant bridge that Luminar is building, and like all of Luminar was there.
When Saps and Turntap finally arrived at the Covenant, Turntap immediately distributed Saps' diamonds to the Covenant army. But then, in a surprising move, he sent them out on a secret mission. Turntap had sent the Covenant hit squad to Island 2, but not to accomplish a goal for the Covenant per se, but actually upon the request of Infernus.
Linguini betrayed us, humiliated us. He ruined our sacred land.
Yesterday, Lingolini had opened up the volcano for netherite mining, and as such, people from all across Island 1 had started mining in the volcano. And even though Lingolini had now moved out of the volcano, Sinica felt that since people were already mining, she had no choice but to let them stay. She was not happy about what Lingolini had done, and Sinica wanted revenge. Oh! They're killing the entire mafia.
Another one down, baby!
Oh my god. Now, the reason the Covenant was willing to do Sinica's bidding wasn't just because she'd let them mine for netherite before anyone else. But because as a civilization that values honor and loyalty, the Covenant didn't appreciate how Lingolini so publicly betrayed Infernus. They found him.
Hey, you ever talk about diplomacy?
We could have had Island 1 at peace and world peace, and we still can, really.
Oh, here they go.
But over my grave, he will not be a part of it.
Oh, they've got him. They've got him.
Mamma mia.
The Covenant had massacred the Lingolini Mafia. Before anyone could retaliate, the Blue Cross announced they would schedule a hearing, calling on the Covenant to explain what they had done. The Blue Cross announced they would schedule a hearing, calling on the Covenant to explain. Howdy, Flux. Oh, you got some fancy armor now.
Yeah, got it from Island 1.
Wait, really? Earlier today, Flux and his crew had gotten their hands on a super rare armor trim by trading with the Covenant, who had picked up the armor trim from the Warden when it died. Now, of course, Flux had no idea that the Covenant was also trading with and harboring his arch nemesis, Saps. But he did know one thing.
I heard Saps ran to Island 1, so we put out a massive bounty on his head.
Flux was now determined to have Saps killed, because Saps was the only other person in the world who knew that Flux was behind the murders of all the Island 2 leaders. Basically, if Saps dies, Flux gets away with everything. And ideally, the sooner Saps dies, the better, because of incidents like yesterday. say.
That includes the prosecution himself and their ringleader, Fluxion.
Fortunately for Flux, it didn't seem like anyone at the trial believed Saps. If anything, Saps' accusation only made people hate him more, especially the people of Luminara, who weren't happy that Saps accused some of their fellow citizens. What do you want to do to Saps?
Kill on site. We hunted him down the other day. We couldn't find him, but we have speculation of where he is.
After the murder of their beloved leader 3 Below Zero, Luminara soon planned to host an election, and the current frontrunner was a player named Legacy.
Me and my parent, we've just been going around to different houses, knocking on doors. I think we're gonna win this thing.
For a moment, Flux also considered a run for leader, although he had basically already accomplished everything he wanted to do.
Look, no matter what people say, Island 1 was planning to invade us. They would have just walked right ahead. But now that we have stronger leaders, more cautious leaders, they're not gonna do that. We have world peace. And not because of a bridge, but because of me.
Since the beginning, Flux's philosophy was simple. You can never show kindness to your enemy if your enemy wishes to destroy you. If you build a bridge, they'll use it to invade you. If you offer them aid, they'll use it to kill you. This is why Flux believed it was necessary to eliminate the Island 2 leaders who wished to be kind. But the cost of their deaths was devastating. The people of Tricolor still mourned Jofiel, building a massive statue to honor their deceased leader.
We've just been trying to focus on restabilizing our nation. Obviously, the passing of Joe.
The new leader, but Aperion was never quite the same after the death of other civilizations than they started with. And even though there was some peace on Island 2, people didn't feel a sense of calm, but instead a sense of unease and revenge. They needed closure, and they were determined to kill the person who they believed murdered the leaders they loved. Someone in the Covenant betrays him to collect the massive bounty on his head. So, Saps made a last-ditch effort to try and get a strong ally for his cause. He asked Turntap to take him to the largest nation on Island 1. To a citizen of Aperion from Island 2 who recognized Saps.
Oh, hey.
Is there a problem here?
Neutral ground? Neutral ground. Okay. We will walk by in peace.
Good call.
Saps and his crew then entered the capital.
Can I speak to the glorious leader of West Helm, please?
Yeah, I'll go grab him.
Hello. The Covenant leaders brought me. Can we have a meeting?
I'm not gonna lie, Saps. You coming to me asking for a meeting after what happened last time, even if it wasn't to do with you.
Listen, I just want to talk.
What about what?
At least explain, because I'm innocent.
Saps, I'm sorry. No.
Ultimately, Shpood rejected Saps' request for a meeting because Shpood didn't exactly trust him and had no real reason to help him. So instead, Saps tried another civilization, the Al-Karasina. Little off.
Wherever.
So instead, Saps tried another civilization. But then, suddenly.
Need to leave?
Where's he going? Turntap had realized that the pirates were planning to kill Saps to collect the massive bounty on his head. So he told Saps to run.
What's going on?
1 second, you gotta go back to Covenant like immediately. You probably shouldn't have come out here.
Now, on their way back to the Covenant, Turntap suddenly started acting suspicious himself.
You need to tell me what's going on.
Yeah, I'll explain to you in a sec. Just come.
It's his life in the hands of Turntap, who may be wanting to kill him and collect the bounty for himself. Or he runs away. Now. It's his life in the hands of Turntap, who may be wanting to kill him and collect the bounty for himself. He runs away. Now. It's all alone. Saps then climbed the mountains of Island 1, escaping from the last remaining person he thought he could trust. He was now all alone in a world of people who hated him and wanted him dead. He was now and so he ventured into the snow. And started collecting blocks. Saps, what are you doing?
I can't trust anybody. Flux won. He completely won. There's just no point anymore.
On day 7, Saps built a tower in the tundra, a monument for people to remember him by. And he planned to jump off. But he didn't.
If I have to die, I'm gonna make sure he does too.
Welcome everyone. Today we have two
I'm just
new
treating this as a
prisoners
movie,
who will
guys.
fight
I'm
to
just
the
watching.
death. Lit, you are charged with the attempted murder of several innocent West Helm farmers. Remy, you are charged with conspiracy to murder West Helm food supplier Dinosaur. Ready, set, fight!
Here they go. Look at that swing. Wait, some guy jumped in. The heck? He won. Remy the Rat had won his duel in the Colosseum, and all of his crimes, including the murder of dinosaurs, were expunged from his record by Emperor Shfood himself. He was now a legend, and his restaurant became more popular than ever before. He put his head on the floor. Now, it's been a busy few days for Emperor Shfood. He was always working on different things. Have you seen our aqueducts? Show me your aqueducts, Shfood.
Look at it behind you! Look at it!
So what's the use of this?
I don't really know. What is the point of anything? We just build. We have too many builders, not enough ideas.
Now, while Shfood was an effective leader, he did have to constantly watch his back for assassins.
You know, I've thwarted like 5 assassination attempts, and guess what? I've just found out about another.
No way. Shfood's entire reign began with him almost being killed, so he was always extra careful and sensitive about where he went and who he associated with. It's also why Shfood was particularly angry when he found out that one of the people who planned to kill him was his own lead builder, Knight Arcturus.
According to some of my sources, Knight Arcturus was seen in the Commonwealth earlier today.
Really? Shfood had sent spies across the world to find Knight Arcturus, and when they discovered he was staying at the Commonwealth, Shfood immediately reached out to Sitzkrieg to request he be handed back to Westhelm. However, given that the Commonwealth was low on citizens and needed good builders, Sitzkrieg decided to reject Shfood's request.
I'm not just going to give up one of my builders. The Commonwealth does not give in to tyrants.
This made Shfood erupt with fury.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows the Commonwealth is corrupt. They stepped that chocolate.
And so Shfood went around telling everyone about how much he hates the Commonwealth. This whole situation became a massive drama, and it actually got to the point where the rest of Island 2 was getting annoyed with the Commonwealth.
I don't get why the Commonwealth doesn't just hand him over. We don't need a war with West Helm.
Unlike the Commonwealth, Cass had a big population and she didn't care about losing citizens who were troublemakers. For example, earlier, one of her citizens, Addison27, had gone to Tricolor, dug into Jovial's grave, and had stolen Jovial's head.
Can I wear this? Hey, Cass, I brought you a trophy.
But instead of protecting him, Cass immediately banished Addison from the Cass Coalition and alerted Tricolor of his location, causing Addison to flee Island 2. It was this kind of no-nonsense leadership that earned Cass a lot of respect from not only her citizens, but other Island 2 nations who were now much more willing to ally with Cass than with the Commonwealth. The very existence of the Cast Coalition also provided a sense of security to smaller groups, like this new nation who are mostly cheese merchants and call themselves the Conquistadors.
This is the way of cheese, para el queso!
Since the border dropped yesterday, the economies of most Island 2 nations were prospering, with heavy amounts of trade and tourism between islands. Meanwhile, in Barbie Land...
Ish. I have news.
What?
I'm marrying Oppenheimer.
What? On day 8, the player Oppenheimer had marched into Barbie Land, but instead of destroying it with a nuke, he apparently liked it so much that he proposed to their leader.
Ish, consider this your invitation to the Barbenheimer wedding.
Thank you. In Luminara, meanwhile, the citizens were inventing new technologies.
This is the power switch. It's 16 furnaces working together simultaneously, and it has a bunch of copper minecarts on the inside distributing everything.
As much as Luminara was finally starting to live up to its name as the light of Island 2, little did its citizens know among them was quietly living the world's most deadly group of terrorists.
I'm thinking of running in the election tomorrow.
Oh yeah?
Legacy's pretty popular, but I'm not worried.
While it seemed like each of the Island 2 nations had their own separate goals, they were all still united under one mission: to find and kill Saps. In fact, by day 8, Luminara had told all of the other nations that Saps had fled to Island 1, and some nations were already preparing to send out hit squads later today. But Island 1, meanwhile, was currently dealing with a whole other political drama, the murder of Lingolini.
I cannot conceive how we are being this civil about this. They came in, they found him in the hole, they drowned him in lava.
This player, Vietnam, was one of the few remaining survivors in the Lingolini Mafia. Vietnam had escaped the Covenant's attack and wanted to get revenge against the Covenant, but was finding it surprisingly difficult to gather support. See, while the Blue Cross condemned the Covenant, nobody was brave enough to declare war on them. People feared the Covenant and its army, which is why Seneca secretly asked them to do the deed instead of doing it herself. If people knew that she was behind the attack, she would be in big trouble. But for now, nobody would face any consequences for the massacre of the Lingolini Mafia. Going back to Westhelm, on day 8, Emperor Spood was really only thinking about one thing: how to get revenge against Knight Arcturus. After the Commonwealth rejected Spood's extradition request, Spood's initial reaction was to begin preparing for war. But what made him think twice was his belief that the Commonwealth was a massive nation with probably a big army. Spood also knew that declaring war could risk the entirety of Island 2 coming to the Commonwealth's defense, and maybe launching a counterattack on Westhelm. So, Spood decided to change strategies. He instead decided to try and bait the Commonwealth. See if he can make them angry enough to do something rash. Something bad enough that would allow Spood to then declare war and have everyone's support. And Spood knew exactly how to make the Commonwealth angry. He invited back to the Westhelm capital the one person he knew the Commonwealth hated the most.
Can we make a deal? We're running out of time.
Saps is back. And Turntap's here too, for some reason. This is interesting. Because the Covenant had brought Saps to Westhelm yesterday, Spood had specifically asked Turntap to protect Saps and escort him to Westhelm once again. While Saps didn't fully trust Turntap, or Spood for that matter, he knew that a meeting with Spood was a massive opportunity, and it was worth the risk.
Hey, you can turn the sun away, paint the moon in blood. If we can do what we do best, we're nocturnal life.
Saps, you are the person that, to my knowledge, murdered all those people on Island 1. Island 2, sorry.
It was not me. There is a person on Island 2 that is behind all of the assassinations and the corruption. His name is Flexion.
Emperor Spood was having trouble believing Saps, but he went along with it for now.
Well, it seems like we both have gripes with Island 2.
Spood then proceeded to tell Saps and the Covenant about his feud with the Commonwealth, and how he needed Island 1's support in case a war breaks out. There was just one problem. The Blue Cross Alliance was as good as dead. Infernus had basically left the Alliance after the last meeting, and the Covenant had stopped responding to the Blue Cross because of the Lingolini situation. So Spood decided to take things into his own hands and individually call the big 4 nations of Island 1 for a meeting. And he wanted Saps to be there so he could tell the leaders about corruption on Island 2. Now, because of Saps' reputation, Seneca and Benji were hesitant. But as long as the meeting was in a wide open area without a roof, they decided they would go.
So you turned the sun away. How could you be so cruel? Ooh, hey. You wrapped the moon in ice. That's not nice. Not nice.
To begin the meeting, Spoon first had Saps tell his story.
I've been put on trial and sentenced to death for a crime I did not commit.
Spoon's goal with this meeting was to convince all the leaders that Island 2 was a threat to Island 1.
One of my right-hand men was murdered in cold blood by someone in association with the Commonwealth. It's one of the many injustices I've heard about on Island 2, and I want justice.
Then, Turntap of the Covenant made his own statement.
A few days ago, Covenant was approached by Luminara to speak of a potential trade agreement. Legacy AN approached me in regards to Fluxion, the guy who Saps is claiming killed everyone, which I do believe.
Whoa. Apparently, back when the Covenant traded armor trims with Flux, they had also done the same deal with Legacy. And Legacy had voiced concerns to Turntap about Flux's run for leader, including how Flux was demoted from second in command, and rumors that he's paying people diamonds to vote for him. This gave Saps and Spoon's stories a little more credibility, which was crucial for getting everyone on board with Westhelm's military proposal, which was, if any nation from Island 2 attacks Island 1, then the entirety of Island 1 must strike back.
If all leaders are in agreement to this, please say aye.
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 This is for us a problem.
Benji was hesitant to join any military alliance because Elysium was the nation of peace, and he knew that his people were opposed to any changes that threatened their peaceful lifestyle.
Council might not agree.
Do you believe if Saps was at the council meeting, would he potentially have the chance to convince them after telling his story?
I think he might.
As long as Saps agrees, it's up to you.
I mean, yeah.
Saps and a few of the others then walked to Elysium on a mission to reunite Island 1.
I have been framed for the mass assassination of Island 2 leaders by Fluxion and his conspirator. So many other people have died for the same tyranny and corruption that has been on Island 2. I'm just so lucky to be alive and share my story with you guys. So many.
But as Saps spoke, the people of Elysium still had some doubts.
Against the corruption in Island 2, which is...
What is that? We are not fake.
Are we going to
corruption?
Listen.
Elysium wasn't convinced that potential corruption on another island was enough of a reason for Elysium to get involved. But then, suddenly...
A few days ago,
What the... What is this? About 15 members of the Westhelm army had inexplicably walked right through Elysium. They quickly left, but it certainly didn't help the tensions. Nonetheless,
Here to pressure us.
We're going to be deciding whether Elysium citizens would go to war. I think Elysium citizens need to have a say in that.
Yeah, true. After even more deliberation and after even more time passed,
Excuse me, I have to say something important. The troop of people that came by, they are apparently the military from Westhelm. We have reasonable suspicions to believe they are going to launch an invasion of Island 2 in the next, like, 5 minutes. I do not know.
What are you talking
Emperor Spood had grown impatient. After Spider informed him that progress was stalling, Spood had decided to send a squadron of the Westhelm army into the Commonwealth's territory to find and arrest Night Arcturus. Oh boy, they're almost there, I think.
then we are here peacefully. We're simply looking for a man by the name of Knight_Arcturus.
Alright. We don't have him.
We do not know where he's at. We have not seen him, nor have we heard.
We don't have him.
Where are they going?
With their first plan failing, West Helm went to plan B.
Shield wall, shield wall.
What's happening, guys?
They're forming a shield wall. They're forming a shield wall outside.
Everyone leave. We're getting out of here.
Yeah.
Everyone bail, bail.
The West Helm Squadron had successfully intimidated the Commonwealth leadership into fleeing their own nation. West Helm then went around, searching every house, every mine, every crevice of the Commonwealth. But ultimately, Knight Arcturus was nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, at the Cask Coalition.
Come on, man.
Hey, can I run something by you real quick?
Yeah.
You know how everyone's trying to kill Saps because of what he did? And then during his trial, he was all like, Luminara was behind this. Luminara built the trap.
The leadership in Luminara helped me build the meeting area. That includes the prosecution himself, Thomas 5200, and their ringleader, Fluxion.
So, I was sailing past Saps' place a few days ago.
God, this dude is digging. For what?
Oh. You see that? You see that guy?
Yeah.
Isn't that Flux?
Yeah, it kind of looks like him. Yeah.
What's he doing at Saps' place? And why is he gathering blocks?
You go to show Cass.
What do you think?
Interesting. You know what? Go show this to Tricolor. And probably also Hyperion.
I'm on it.
A citizen of the Cask Coalition had been reviewing his old video footage when he happened to notice Flux digging for sand, a prevalent material in Saps' roof. On its own, this wasn't the best evidence. But for some people, it did raise some questions. But for some people, it did raise some questions. Yesterday, Saps had spent the day getting brought into meetings with the most important people on Island 1, and he didn't really know what to make of this. In one sense, he was incredibly lucky to finally have some support. But he also questioned how real this support is, and who he can really trust. See, Saps knew that the Covenant generally did not like the people of Island 2. The Covenant believed that Island 1 was the supreme island with better culture, customs, and traditions. They were also known to be ruthless, having massacred the entire Lingolini Mafia. It's why Saps was suspicious of Turntap's offer to continue protecting him, especially after he ran away. But Saps knew he needed powerful allies as world tensions were ramping up.
Alright guys, I think I should pause here and continue tomorrow with the rest of this. Also, to pick up on Supermarket Simulator. Alright guys, I think I should pause here and continue tomorrow with the rest of this. I'll just close off to pick up on Supermarket Simulator with the closing remarks and continue tomorrow with the rest of this. I'll just close off. Alright, so guys, if you guys want to join the Discord server is still open. I'll be posting updates in there of the stream tomorrow. So go ahead and join that. I'm thinking of doing other contents. You can give me your suggestions in the Discord as well. So if there isn't any other things that we need to speak about, I'll be calling it for today. Because I'm coming down with some flu, so I don't really think I can go on. I didn't have it at first, but it's there. So I want to take a rest and come back. Probably I might come back later on. If not, you'll be seeing me tomorrow. So I think I'll see you all in the next stream. And